Jeremiah, my prophet, wept as he delivered my words to a people who refused to listen. He was mocked, beaten, thrown into a cistern. He questioned his calling. He cried out, "Why was I born?" And yet I had appointed him before he was even formed in his mother's womb. I told him not to be afraid of their faces, for I had made him like a fortified city, like an iron pillar. His assignment was heavy, but his soul was mine. And though few listened to his voice on earth, his words echo through generations. Think also of Esther, hidden in a palace, raised as an orphan, placed in a position of influence, not by her own ambition, but by divine orchestration. When the time came to risk her life for her people, she said, "If I perish, I perish." That was her test, not in comfort, but in courage. She was not the loudest. She was not the most obvious choice, but she was available, and I used her obedience to preserve a nation. Job, faithful and upright, yet afflicted with unimaginable loss. His body was broken, his family taken, his reputation destroyed. His friends accused him, and his wife told him to curse me. Yet even in confusion, he cried out to me. He demanded answers, and I met him, not with explanation, but with revelation. I reminded him of who I am, of my wisdom, of my sovereignty. And in the end, I restored him, not just what he lost, but more. For I do not just return, I redeem. The prophets, the apostles, the martyrs, so many walk through fire. Paul, beaten, imprisoned, shipwrecked, stoned. Yet he said, "I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." He learned to be content in all things because he knew the secret. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. His letters were written in chains, but they carry freedom. My son Jesus walked the ultimate path of surrender. He was perfect, sinless, yet rejected, misunderstood, betrayed. The crowd that shouted, "Hosanna," turned to shout, "Crucify him." He wept. He sweat blood. He cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" But he endured the cross for the joy set before him. And now he is exalted, seated at my right hand, interceding for you. He understands your pain, your temptation, your sorrow, because he bore it all. He passed the ultimate test so you could walk in victory. You see now, my child, that you are part of a lineage of those who were tested, refined, and elevated. Their paths were not easy, but they were holy. Their victories did not come without struggle, but their struggle produced an eternal weight of glory. You walk among them. Their blood, their prayers, their worship, their faith, it surrounds you like a cloud of witnesses. They cheer for you. They wait to see how you will carry the baton they once held. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. Every feeling you've had, every fear, every tear, it has been felt by those who came before you. And like them, you will overcome, not by your strength, but by mine, not by your perfection, but by my grace. I do not call the qualified, I qualify the called. Even now, I am aligning your journey with divine echoes from the past. You will feel drawn to the same places of prayer, of stillness, of courage. You will begin to understand the scriptures, not just with your mind, but with your experience. They are not stories, they are patterns. Patterns of my ways, patterns of my faithfulness, patterns of how I work in those who yield fully to me. I want you to know that what you are facing has meaning. It has purpose. It is producing in you a legacy that will outlive your years. What I am doing in you is not just for this season, but for generations to come. The choices you make now, the faith you show now, the surrender you walk in now, it will affect more than you can see. Just as the obedience of those before you shaped your path, so will yours shape the path of those after you. You are being grafted into a holy story, a divine narrative. The same fire that touched the lips of Isaiah, the same breath that filled Ezekiel's valley of dry bones, the same spirit that fell at Pentecost, that same power is with you now. You are not at the end of the line. You are in the continuation of my movement. Even in your weakness, I am strong. Even in your questions, I am faithful. Even in your delay, I am working. I waste nothing. I forget nothing. I forsake no one. When I start a work, I complete it. When I promise, I perform. My word never returns void. What I said to you, I will do. What I showed you, I will bring to pass, not on your schedule, but on mine. And mine is perfect. I want you to take heart. Take courage. When the darkness tries to whisper that you've missed it, that it's too late, that it's too hard, remember those before you. They heard the same lies, but they clung to me, and I vindicated them. I lifted them. I fulfilled what I spoke, and I will do the same for you. You may feel small, but you are chosen. You may feel behind, but you are right on time. You may feel invisible, but I see you. The world may not understand your process, but I authored it. And what I write, no man can erase. What I ordain, no power can stop. What I begin, I finish. So lift your head, wipe your tears, take another step. You are walking a path marked by my hand. Every detour, every delay, every heartbreak, I have used it to shape your heart for me. Do not compare your journey. I never make duplicates. I write unique stories. Yours is beautiful, holy, and eternal. There will be more tests, yes, but with every test comes greater revelation, greater intimacy, greater authority. The test is not meant to break you, but to build you. It is not to shame you, but to show you what I've placed inside you. Each test brings you deeper into the mystery of who I am and who you are in me. You are not just called to survive. You are called to reign, not in pride, but in purpose, not in arrogance, but in anointing. The people of the past stood in their time. Now you stand in yours. Do not shrink back. Do not let fear silence your song. Raise your voice. Take your place. Shine my light. And when you feel weary, remember, you are not the only one. You are surrounded by those who know what it costs to carry my fire. Their stories are not just in books. They are alive in heaven, and their spirits bear witness to mine. The same spirit who sustained them will sustain you. The same love that carried them through will carry you. I have never failed. I never will. Not in them. Not in you. So trust me. 1707. My word is alive. It carries my spirit. It does not return void. When you read it, when you meditate on it, when you let it sink deep into the soil of your heart, it produces a harvest that no devil can steal. You've spent too long looking for big miracles without obeying the small disciplines. You've prayed for open doors while ignoring my daily invitations to come close. 1738. But the doors you seek swing open when your ears are tuned to my whisper. When you wake up each day and say, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening," you position yourself for alignment, for acceleration, for divine appointment. You stop striving and start abiding. And from that place, everything flows. I am not calling you to perfection. 1804. I'm calling you to connection. I want to walk with you again like I did with Adam in the cool of the day. I want your thoughts to align with mine. I want to whisper to you in the midst of your busyness. But I cannot speak over the noise if you will not still your heart. I will not compete with distractions. 1828. I wait. I knock. I pursue. But I will not force intimacy. You must choose me in the quiet moments. You must build a life where my voice is not occasional but essential. My child, look again at the little things. Look again at what you tolerate. Look again at what you repeat. The words you speak, the content you consume, the company you keep, all of these are shaping you. 1903. There is no neutral ground in the spirit. You are either drawing nearer or drifting. I want you, nay. I want to be the one who fills your mind in the morning and steadies your heart at night. I want to teach you how to see, not through the lens of culture, but through the lens of eternity. You keep asking me to change your life, and I will. 1931. But I do not start with the external. I start with the internal. The miracle you're praying for begins in your habits. The shift you long for begins in your thoughts. The blessing you desire flows from the posture of your heart. When you fill your life with my word, you begin to think like me, speak like me, walk like me. 1958. You become salt and light. You carry my presence into places darkened by despair. You change atmospheres without saying a word simply because my truth lives inside you. That is the kind of life I've called you to. Not one of roller coaster emotions, not one ruled by impulse or stress, but one anchored in me. 2026. That anchor is built daily. Just as a tree's strength comes from years of deepening roots, so your strength comes from the daily choice to hear me, believe me, and obey me. Even when it's quiet, even when it's small, even when it's unseen. I see how often you've dismissed these small moments, waiting for something dramatic to happen. 2051. But the deepest transformation happens when no one is watching. When you open my word and read even though you feel nothing. When you turn away from temptation even though no one would have known. When you choose forgiveness, humility, generosity, not for applause, but for me. These are the small decisions that build an unshakable life. 2118. Even now, my child, I am stirring a new awareness within you. I am awakening your spirit to the subtlety of my voice. Do not look for thunder. Listen for the whisper. I often speak in the quiet because those who truly hunger will listen closely. I do not hide myself to frustrate you. I draw you in so that you may find me. 2144. And when you do, you find everything else in its place. The wisdom you seek is in my word. The healing you desire begins in my presence. The strength you need is found when you feed daily on my truth. The peace that eludes you rests within every verse I have spoken. My word is not just a book. It is breath. It is the heartbeat of heaven. 22:13. And every time you open it with a sincere heart, I meet you there. You do not need to be a scholar. You do not need to understand everything at once. You only need to come with a heart that says, Lord, I want to know you. And I will honor that. I will illuminate what you need. I will reveal what will bring life. 22:40. My spirit and my word agree. They work together to form you, guide you, and lift you above the patterns of this world. My child, the world will always have its voices, but my voice must become the loudest. Not by volume, but by weight. Let my voice outweigh your fears, your doubts, your impulses. Let my word become the lens through which you see every situation. 23:13. This is how you remain stable in an unstable world. This is how you overcome temptation. This is how you discern what is truly from me. Do not underestimate the small things. The daily prayers, the quiet worship, the whispered yes to me. They are building something eternal. They are laying brick upon brick in the unseen. 23:40. And one day soon, you will look up and realize you are standing in the very thing you once only dreamed of. This is how I work. Steadily, faithfully, deeply. Not rushed, but precise. Not chaotic, but purposeful. And when you build your life on my word, truly build, not just visit it when convenient, the storms will come, but they will not destroy you. 2400 hours 08. The winds will blow, but they will not move you, because you will be anchored, grounded, rooted in truth that cannot be shaken. I have seen every tear, every setback, every disappointment, and I am telling you, my word will not fail you. My promises are sure. My timing is perfect. My presence is constant. So come, return, abide, draw near every day. 2400 hours 44. Even when you're tired, even when you're busy, even when you feel nothing, especially then, come anyway. For it is not about emotion. It is about devotion. And I honor those who seek me even in the silence, especially in the silence. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. What begins as 5 minutes in my presence can turn into a lifestyle of glory. 25 to 16. What begins as a verse can become a voice that changes your generation. My word is power, and that power is available to you. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. For today, this very moment. I love you too much to leave you in patterns that keep you small. I love you too much to let compromise steal your calling. 25:43. So I am speaking now, clearly, firmly, lovingly. Watch the small things. Guard the hidden places. Hear my word every day. Let me form you daily, just as I formed the world with my voice. For I am still speaking, and I want to speak to you. Will you listen? Will you choose me? Not just once, but again and again in every small moment. 26:14. Will you build a life that is not swayed by storms because it is built on my truth? Come, my child. I am waiting every day, every moment. Just come and watch what I do in you, through you, and around you. One small choice at a time. I am the Lord your God. I do not change, and I will never stop pursuing you. Never. 26:47. Amen. You ask what comes next. Listen, for I will not leave you blind. I do not lead my children by confusion, but by purpose. What comes next is alignment. You will begin to see me remove things that no longer serve you, not to punish, but to prepare. Some people, some habits, some places will begin to fall away. Do not cling to them. Do not mourn their departure. For what I remove, I replace with better. What I prune, I cause to bear more fruit. What I close, I do to open greater. You have passed through a narrow place. That was your wilderness. That was your hidden season. You were not forgotten. You were concealed. I covered you while I worked on you. I hid you from the eyes of those who would have spoken death over your promise. I placed you under the shadow of my wing, not because I was displeased with you, but because I delighted in you. I protected your process. I kept you close, even when you didn't feel me near. Now I am calling you to step forward, not hastily, not anxiously, but boldly. You will not need to strive. You will not need to fight to be seen. I will shine through you. I will make your name known, not for your sake, but because your heart is ready to carry my glory without pride. You will not touch the praise. You will direct it to me. That is why I chose you. That is why you were tested. That is why you were hidden. Let me speak now to the part of you that is still doubting. Yes, I see it. I see the questions you've buried beneath your faith. I am not angry with your questions. I welcome them. Come to me with your uncertainty. I am not intimidated by your weakness. I am drawn to it. For in your weakness, my strength is made perfect. You have nothing to prove to me. I already know who you are, and I still chose you. I chose you knowing the times you would fail. I chose you knowing the moments you would fall short. My love does not depend on your performance. It is rooted in my nature. The time you thought was wasted was actually preparation. The seasons that looked like failure were divine foundations. I have been building a structure in your spirit that can withstand the weight of what I'm about to pour out. You are not being delayed. You are being fortified. You are being matured. You are being separated from the noise so you could learn the sound of my voice. There's coming a release. I will release you into the very things I whispered to you in secret. The things you thought were too big, too distant, too impossible. They are coming, but not as you imagined. I do things in ways that confound the wise. I don't follow the paths of men. I carve my own. I take the lowly and lift them high. I take the rejected and crown them with favor. That is your portion. You will begin to walk in divine appointments. Watch how doors open without your effort. Watch how people come to you, not because you sought them out, but because I drew them. Watch how the resources appear, how the timing aligns, how everything begins to converge. That is me. That is my hand. You will know it because there will be peace, not pressure. You will not have to manipulate anything. I will cause it to come to you because your heart is aligned with mine. You will be tempted to minimize what I do through you. Do not. Walk humbly. Yes, but do not apologize for the light I have placed in you. You are not being arrogant when you walk in what I gave you. You are being obedient. Let your confidence be in me, not in yourself. Do not shrink back to make others comfortable. Do not downplay your calling to avoid rejection. You are not responsible for how others respond to your obedience. You are responsible to obey. Let me remind you, you were made for this time, not another. This time, I placed you here, in this generation, in this moment of history, because I saw something in you that fits my divine puzzle. Your voice matters. Your steps matter. Your obedience matters. Every yes you give me echoes into eternity. Every act of love, every hidden sacrifice, every prayer uttered in tears, it all matters. Nothing is wasted. You will begin to feel an urgency, not of anxiety, but of divine motion. I am moving, and I am moving you. You will no longer be stuck. You will no longer live in cycles. I am breaking the loops. I am severing the ties to old patterns. The enemy tried to convince you that you would always struggle, always be overlooked, always be on the outside. That lie is broken. I speak a new word over you. Forward, not backward, not circling, forward. I prepare your heart for the unexpected. I will surprise you with my goodness. I will show you favor in places you thought were closed to you. I will elevate you in areas where you felt inadequate. I will pour my spirit upon you in greater measure, not just for your sake, but for the people I have assigned to your voice, your touch, your presence. They are waiting. Your obedience is the key that will unlock someone else's breakthrough. Child, listen now, for I will speak to you of those who came before you, those whose names the world knows and those whose names are only written in heaven. You must understand that what you are experiencing is not new. This road of testing, fire, purification, and promise has been walked by many before you. You are not the first to feel the weight of silence, the burden of waiting, the sting of rejection, the confusion of delay. You walk in the footsteps of those who were called, chosen, broken, and then elevated, not by man's power, but by my spirit.